Hello, I'm Larry Kraska, the CEO of AQUA Dermatology. AQUA was created through the merger of the two strongest, highest quality dermatology practices in the state of Florida. In 1998, Dr. Ted Schiff founded Water's Edge Dermatology. 2 years later, Dr. Andrew Jaffe founded River Chase Dermatology. Over the years, both of these practices grew to be the strongest in the state of Florida on their respective coasts.
I'm Dr. Ted Schiff, founder of Water's Edge Dermatology and now the Chief Medical Officer. And July 1st, 1998, that's when we opened our first office in Okeechobee, Florida.
I'm Dr. Andrew Jaffe, founder of River Chase Dermatology and Chief Medical Officer. I started River Chase Dermatology in 2000 in Naples, Florida. And the founding principle of the practice was to treat everyone like family.
Dr. Jaffe and Dr. Schiff formed a great relationship and kept close and were friends and developed an even stronger friendship over the years. And in 2020, at the height of COVID, the two of them came together and talked about the possibility of merging the practices together.
Andrew Jaffe and I have been friends and colleagues for many, many years, and each year for probably, I would say, at least a decade, we would chat with each other from time to time and talk about, gosh, I've done, a very similar on the East Coast, he's done something very similar on the West Coast. Our practices really focus on quality and of the highest standard. And we do things more, there's more similarities than there are differences between the practices.
Water's Edge was almost fit like a key with ours, where we expanded out mostly the West Coast and then south into Miami, and his expanded more so on the East Coast of Florida.
Each year we thought about it, we looked at the complexity of doing it, and then basically, really 2020, we were in the beginning and the height of COVID. I remember calling up Andrew and said, perhaps this is the year, we have a bunch of time in our hands. We have good support people behind us. He had the GTCR, I had the Griffin guys. And the idea was now that we perhaps could put the practice together.
And so we kind of put our heads together along with our executive teams and those advising us. And I think what manifested from that really proved out to what our best hopes were at that time. Many of our employees have gotten to learn other aspects of each of the respective practices, and it strengthened our team, offered areas of advancement that may not have been there before for them. I think for our clinicians, it's offered more colleagues to bounce things off of and more expertise in very specific areas that have transferred between the practices.
In 2021, AQUA was created officially through the merger of Water's Edge Dermatology and River Chase Dermatology. We're the strongest #1 provider in the state of Florida. We're growing in the state of Georgia, and we expanded into Alabama, and we'll continue to expand throughout the Southeast. Our focus is on locating the absolute highest quality practices to become part of AQUA, recruiting and retaining the absolute top clinical talent that we can for all of our offices, together with the best trained and highest quality office staff. Because we believe if we're the employer of choice, we'll become the provider of choice in every market where we have an office.
The future of the practice, which is now named AQUA Dermatology, is extraordinarily bright. We have multiple partnerships out of state. We have the highest quality providers. We have awesome offices. We have a recruiting team, that's able to attract the best physicians, NPs, and PAs to the practice. And I just expect continued growth throughout the Southeast.
I think the future is very bright for further growth and development. And I think it's important, as our new partners have all agreed with both Ted and I, since we shared many of the same core beliefs of treating this practice and the business like family, I really am optimistic about our future and our future plans for growth.
Thank you again for taking a few minutes to hear the AQUA story. Please feel free to reach out to us directly if you're interested in joining our team.